At 87 years old, the voice that once captivated millions with a gentle whisper is still telling stories, just enjoying the quiet rhythm of a life well lived. He's Whisperin Bill Anderson, a true legend of country music, and while he may have stepped away from the relentless spotlight, his life today is as rich and fascinating as his incredible 70-year career. The sold-out shows and flashing lights that defined an era are gone. In their place, you'll find a peaceful home just outside Nashville, a table scattered with handwritten lyrics, and the creative hum of a man who didn't just watch country music evolve, he guided it with a steady, humble hand. He's a Grammy winner, a Grand Ole Opry legend, a Hall of Famer, and a storyteller whose voice once thundered across America, even when it barely rose above a whisper. So, what does life look like now for the man who wrote the soundtrack to so many lives? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on Bill Anderson's world, from his daily routine and family life to his beautiful home, the classic cars he may or may not own, and the impressive $6 million fortune he's carefully built. This is the story of a country icon's legacy, a story of family, finance, and a lifestyle shaped not by fame, but by the quiet integrity of the man behind the music. If you love stories about your favorite stars and their incredible journeys, you're in the right place. Go ahead and smash that like button and settle in for the remarkable story of Whisperin Bill Anderson. Every legend has an origin story, and for James William Anderson III, it didn't start in Nashville, but in the quiet southern town of Columbia, South Carolina. On November 1, 1937, he was born to Elizabeth and James William Anderson Jr., and from day one, a folksy wit seemed to run in the family. His mother famously joked that her newborn son was just another Bill that came on the first of the month. That wit, that knack for seeing the world with a bit of a smile, would become a hallmark of his character. Music was always around. His paternal grandparents were musicians. His grandpa played the fiddle, while his grandma played the guitar. Though his own father was an insurance agent, that love for a good melody was passed down. When Bill was in third grade, the family moved to Georgia, eventually settling in Decatur. He'd later describe his upbringing as average, a home where they always had enough, even if there wasn't a lot of fancy stuff. It was a grounded childhood that gave him a sense of humility he'd carry for the rest of his life. Before music took over, two other passions vied for his attention: sports and journalism. He was a talented high school baseball pitcher, so good that he was scouted for a Chicago Cubs training camp. It was a dream for most kids, but Bill turned it down, knowing his family wanted him to go to college. He was also a budding writer, a skill that would later define his career, writing for the school paper and even covering sports for the prestigious Atlanta Journal-Constitution. But you just can't deny a true calling. With money from his paper route, he bought his first guitar. It wasn't pretty, but it was a start. At just 10 years old, he wrote his first song, "Carry Me Home, Texas," a tune of pure imagination, since he'd never actually been west of Carrollton, Georgia. In high school, he and his friends formed the Avondale Playboys and started performing locally after winning a school talent contest. His two passions, journalism and music, finally merged when he enrolled at the University of Georgia. He worked his way through college as a disc jockey, a move that turned out to be pivotal. He started another band, the Classic City Playboys, but it was his radio work that set his destiny. His first gig was at WGAU in Athens, where he was hired to play rock and roll, but his love for country was too strong. He kept sneaking country records on the air, which promptly got him fired. As one door closed, another opened just 18 miles away in the tiny town of Commerce, Georgia. He landed a new job at station WJJC, a place that celebrated country music. It was there that the songwriter we know today was truly born. He lived in a small hotel, the tallest building in town. On hot summer nights, he'd climb up to the roof with his guitar and write songs under the stars, and it was there, on that humble rooftop in 1957, that a 19-year-old college kid wrote a song that would change everything. Looking out at the sparse lights below, he penned the iconic lyrics about the bright array of city lights as far as I can see. His father would later joke, "I should have known you were going to be a songwriter if you had the imagination to look at Commerce, Georgia, and sing about the bright array of city lights," which in reality was just two traffic lights and the flashing sign at the drugstore. That song, of course, was City Lights. City Lights wasn't just a song, it was a rocket ship. It found its way to Nashville and into the hands of the legendary Ray Price. In 1958, Price's recording became a monster hit, spending an incredible 32 weeks on the country charts, with 13 of those at number 1. For a kid writing songs on a hotel roof, this was unimaginable. The success of that one song opened every door in Nashville. Soon, Bill Anderson had a songwriting contract with Tree Publishing and a recording contract with Decca Records. He moved to Nashville and, in 1961, at just 23 years old, he was invited to become a member of the Grand Ole Opry. It was the ultimate honor. cementing his place among country's elite and beginning a relationship that has now lasted over 6 decades, making him the longest-tenured member in Opry history. As he released his own records, a unique style began to emerge. It wasn't the powerful, booming voice of many of his peers. It was a soft, almost conversational delivery. This breathy, intimate style earned him his perfect nickname, Whisperin Bill. He often included spoken-word recitations in his songs, making you feel like he was sharing a secret just with you, and the hits started rolling in. Songs like Po' Folks in 1961 struck a chord with their honest storytelling. In 1962, he scored his first #1 hit as an artist, with Mama Sang a Song. Then, in 1963, came the one that would truly define him as a performer. Still, his beautiful, partly spoken ballad about a love that never fades was a masterpiece. It didn't just top the country charts. It crossed over to become a massive pop hit, reaching the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Still made Bill Anderson a household name, proving that a whisper could be more powerful than a shout. Throughout the 60s and 70s, he was a fixture on the charts. He formed his touring band, the Po' Boys, and the hits kept coming. I Get the Fever, My Life, Throw It Away If I Want To, and World of Make-Believe. He also became known for his incredible duets, first with Jan Howard on the #1, For Loving You, and later with Mary Lou Turner on the 1976 chart topper. Sometimes, his soft voice and sincere delivery had carved out a unique space in the heart of country music, making him one of the most beloved stars of his generation. While Bill Anderson's performing career is legendary, his work as a songwriter is arguably his most profound contribution to music. Think about this. He is one of the only songwriters in history to have a song on the country charts for 7 consecutive decades. That's a testament to his incredible talent for understanding the human heart, no matter the era. From the start, he was writing hits for others that would define their careers. In 1964, he discovered a young singer named Connie Smith and wrote her breakout hit, Once a Day, now considered an all-time classic. He went on to write 5 more top 10 hits just for her. His songs were recorded by everyone: Jim Reeves, Porter Wagoner, and he penned career-reviving hits for legends like Lefty Frizzle with Saginaw, Michigan, and his versatility was just astounding. His songs weren't just for country artists. The list of people who've recorded a Bill Anderson song reads like a who's who of music history: R&B queen Aretha Franklin, the godfather of soul, James Brown, and crooner Dean Martin. His song, Tip of My Fingers, became a hit for 4 different artists in 4 different decades. After a quieter period in the 1980s, he came roaring back in the mid-90s, ready for one of the most remarkable second acts in Nashville history. He started collaborating with a new generation of country stars, and this comeback wasn't just a flicker. It was a raging fire. He co-wrote the 1995 hit Which Bridge to Cross, Which Bridge to Burn. With Vince Gill, he penned the Grammy-nominated Two Teardrops for Steve Wariner. In 1999, his Coriton song, Wish You Were Here, became a smash for Mark Wills. But he was just getting warmed up. As the new millennium dawned, his pen got even hotter. He co-wrote A Lot of Things Different for Kenny Chesney. Then came 2 of the biggest hits of his entire career. In 2005, he co-wrote Whiskey Lullaby, the haunting duet by Brad Paisley and Alison Krauss that won the CMA Award for Song of the Year. Just 2 years later, he did it again, co-writing Give It Away for the King of Country, George Strait. The song swept the awards, winning Song of the Year from both the ACM and the CMA. Even now, his work is sought after by icons like Barbra Streisand. From a hotel rooftop in Commerce to the biggest stages in the world, Bill Anderson's songwriting journey is a story of quiet brilliance and unmatched longevity. Bill Anderson's easygoing personality wasn't just for the stage. His natural charm made him a perfect fit for television, and for decades, he was a familiar face on screens across America, taking on roles that few country singers had ever tried. From 1965 to 1974, he hosted his own. This impressive fortune wasn't built on flash. It's the solid result of a lifetime of hard work, immense talent, and smart decisions. The money comes from all corners of his career. First, there are the earnings from his own recording career, with over 40 albums and decades of touring. But the most significant and enduring source of income is, without a doubt, his songwriting. His massive catalog generates royalties every single time a song like City Lights, Whiskey Lullaby, or Still gets played on the radio, streamed online, or used in a movie. That's the financial power of a truly timeless songwriter. His TV work also added a substantial layer to his net worth. Unlike some stars known for lavish spending, Bill Anderson is known for his humility. His $6 million net worth isn't a symbol of extravagance. It's the quiet, respectable fortune of a man who mastered his craft and managed his success with wisdom. For a man whose songs traveled the world, home has always been his quiet anchor. For decades, Bill Anderson has lived in the Nashville area, specifically in a lovely home on the shores of Old Hickory Lake. A peaceful retreat from the bustle of Music City. Don't picture some sprawling, opulent mansion. that's never been his style. Instead, his home is a beautiful and comfortable property that exudes classic Southern charm, a place that values comfort over display and memory over marble floors. He's reportedly lived in the same house for many years, a choice that says a lot about his character. Why move when you have everything you need right there? Inside, the house is said to be a cozy retreat filled not with trophies, but with the things that truly matter: framed photos and shelves filled with books. He's an avid reader, with a taste for everything from mysteries and biographies to books on religion and sports. His lifestyle at 87 is anything but slow. He's a huge sports fan and has been known to adjust his whole work schedule just to make sure he doesn't miss a big game. As a resident of Old Hickory Lake, he also enjoys taking his boat out on the water, and he still makes time for himself, recently sharing with his fan club that he'd managed to sneak in a short vacation between songwriting sessions and Opry appearances. One area where he differs from many celebrities is his car collection. Rather, his lack of one. There's no public information about him owning a fleet of luxury cars. He's a man who values substance over status. His legacy isn't measured in horsepower, but in the enduring power of his words and music. Behind the public figure, there's a private life, and for Bill Anderson, family has always been his quiet center. While he's lived in the spotlight, he's been notably private about his family, shielding them from public attention. We do know Bill is a father to 3 children and a proud grandfather to 8. He offers fans little glimpses into this part of his life through his newsletter, recently sharing the happy news that he would be attending his grandson Blake's wedding. It's a sweet, relatable detail that shows a man deeply rooted in his family. He was married twice. His first marriage was to Betty Rhodes in 1959, and his second was to Becky in 1970. Like many entertainers of his era, balancing a demanding career with fatherhood was a constant struggle. He has admitted that he didn't always get the balance right. The life of a country star meant long stretches on tour buses and studio sessions that bled late into the night, causing him to miss birthdays and holidays. He wrote songs about heartbreak, but he lived the quiet ache of being a father on the road, trying to stay present through late-night phone calls from hundreds of miles away, despite the distance his career demanded. Friends say his children never doubted his love. He was never one to raise his voice. Instead, his parenting style mirrored his whispering persona, gentle and thoughtful. He was known to take his children on long walks to talk through problems, his guidance a steady, calming presence. He may have built a legacy on platinum records, but he knows the most important legacies are built one memory at a time. Retired, not a chance. To think of Bill Anderson as retired is a huge misunderstanding. At 87, he remains a vital, active force in country music, a living legend who refuses to rest on his laurels. His life isn't about looking back, it's about continuing the creative journey. In 2024, he released a brand new EP titled Forevermore, a beautiful collection of songs that explore enduring love and the reflections that come with age. The focus track, The Last One I'll Forget, is particularly moving, showcasing that his ability to capture deep emotion with simple language is as sharp as ever. He continues to be a regular and beloved performer at the Grand Ole Opry, as the longest-tenured member in the show's history. His presence on that famous stage is a living link to country music's golden age. July 15, 2025, will mark his incredible 64th anniversary as an Opry member. His creative well is far from dry. His fan newsletters reveal a schedule still packed with songwriting sessions, proving that new Bill Anderson hits could be just around the corner. The accolades also keep coming. In 2024 alone, he received a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grand Ole Opry, and another from the South Carolina Entertainment and Music Hall of Fame. Bill Anderson, at 87, is not a museum piece. He's a working artist, a respected elder statesman, and a shining example of a life dedicated to creativity. From the rooftop of a small-town hotel to the hallowed stage of the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Anderson's journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. For 70 years, his quiet voice and powerful pen have shaped the soul of country music. He's a songwriter's songwriter, a performer's performer, and a man whose humility is as legendary as his hits. His life today is a masterclass in aging, with purpose, filled with family, creativity, and the simple joy of a home on the lake. His $6 million net worth isn't the story itself, but the quiet result of a life spent in service to a song. Bill Anderson's legacy is etched into countless records and woven into the fabric of Nashville itself. His whisper was never a sign of weakness. It was the sound of a confident artist who knew that the truest stories don't need to be shouted, they just need to be felt. If you enjoyed this look into the life of a true country music icon, make sure you subscribe for more stories about the lives, legacies, and fortunes of your favorite stars.